Right, right. No, don't play that. Just say, drum, 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 and stop. Okay, do it again.
If you catch a kid at the youngest age possible, and if you can mold him and train him the correct way to do things, or his culture, or whatever the case may be, when he's older, it'll be harder for him to stray away from those teaching, because that's what he knows.
We have people from across the country that are experts in various areas. Now that is exciting when you get all of these people together in one common cause, and that is to make Eagle Academy work.
And we bring in engineers that are professionals in the music industry to teach them hands-on in that process.
I knew kids who were the sons of studio owners, publishers, artists. Over my career, I've met kids that were second and third generation in the family. And those guys were competent by the time they were 12 years old, 10 years old, some of them. You get young people who are into it. And it's fresh, it's like toys.
We have a tendency to underestimate the amount of learning and the ability that our young people, our teenagers have. And I think that one of the real values of this program is that it lets them go as far as they can go with learning a technical professional skill. The course is being taught, the mentors are all professionals working in the field of video, and I think this is truly important. If you're taught by people who run and operate their own businesses, you're going to learn how to run and operate a business as well as how to do the technical skills of video production. So I think that there are tremendous advantages to a program such as Eagle Academies. I'm glad to be a part of it, and I encourage support for it.
The most effective way to learn this kind of technology is hands-on with a professional who can mentor the young person and show them how things work, and talk about both the practical aspects as well as the applied theory. You know, how not how does it work in the abstract, but how does it work in this situation? When you have this interview and this happened with it, how do you cut it together so it makes sense and so it tells the story you want to tell? And those kinds of things, they need to be, I learned from great filmmakers. And I'm excited to be involved with this program so I can take the knowledge I've acquired and pass it on to a new generation, because that's what we do as people. We learn and then we pass it on. And if we don't do it, we should be doing it.
People learn more when they see it. It's kind of like seeing is believing. If you're just reading a book, you're not really experiencing it. You might feel it'll be like, hey, that happened. But when you actually see it and see what's going on, it kind of brings new meaning to it, because it makes you think about it a lot more.
We've been working with Eagle Academy in terms of our overall heritage tourism plan, the preserving of our historic resources in town. We need to pass the legacy and the heritage of the community on to the youth. We need to increase the self-esteem of the citizens in terms of appreciation of its history.
You get to go on and tell a story that someone else had. It's like you are in on your own little secret, as some people might say, but you get to open that up and tell other people and inform other people that wouldn't know about what you've been discovering and finding out. If you like to teach people or be happy to know something that a lot of other people don't know, you like to do documentaries and stuff, because then you get to tell other people something. You feel like, hey, I informed all these people about that, and it's very interesting.
If you believe that telling stories is important and that telling your own stories is important, as I do, then in today's culture, which is a media-driven culture, you have to tell those stories, at least some of them, through media. You have to use video in order to tell those stories, to communicate to today's audience. And unfortunately, the kind of equipment and technology you need to be able to use is expensive, and you need to have a lot of training to know how to really use it. You can't practice by yourself the way you can if you're a writer, although media, of course, pulls first and foremost on writing skills. You got to be able to write, you got to understand visual imagery, you got to know sound, you got to put it all together into an edited piece. And if you want to control your stories, you have to control the shooting and the editing. That's the only way to do it. And it's really important, I believe, for a town like Mound Bayou to be able to tell its own stories, to have the next generation not just understand those stories, but be able to communicate it to people today as well as the people of the future.
Teach the kid, we want to prepare them for career opportunities. We want to teach them by using equipment that is standard in the industry that they're going to go into. So to do that is going to take finances to accomplish that.
And these young people now, and just from my seeing them go anywhere in this country and just compete with the best of them in the media business.
One of my hopes is that a lot of these young people will be able to use these things, be able to come back to Mississippi and help our state. Come back to Mississippi and help our counties. Come back and help our cities. Mississippi statistically is at the bottom of the ladder in a lot of things. And our young people are the hope for the future.
Eagle Music Academy is one that has taken young people from being a liability to an asset. And all they need is additional funds to keep this great adventure going.